always, most of them were made in executive session. Moving on to finance and facilities, my manager is a work.
She don't tell that.
We can start with our presentation, that's right, yeah. So, Dennis or Jason, who wants to go first? All right.
Tonight I wanted to talk about the capital budget request. This is a document that's required by the county. We do a 5-year request from 2027 to 2031. All of this, most all of it, except for FF&E, is the campus transformation plan. You'll notice that the bottom number is around 141 million, and you may say, well, the campus transformation was 160, something like that. If you look at the document, 2027 starts with phase 2. Phase 1 is already into the county system. That's how the process works. And we'll be asking the county for funding for phase 1 in the October-November timeframe. So the timeline will go like this. We've had 26 meetings with the groups at the campus, talking about all the plans, getting their input, meeting with all the departments, the faculty, the staff, and so forth. Meeting with students as well. That process will continue next week with follow-up meetings with a focus on phase 1 of the project, which will be the addition to Dutchess Hall and the renovations in Hudson, the first part of the renovations in Hudson Hall. Then we'll go to the board for approval in September, first the finance and facility meeting, and then this board at the end of September. The architect's DLR will go through a schematic design process and come up with cost estimates, and that'll be the number that'll be presented to this board in September. Then we go to the county for approval. It'll take 2 legislative meetings, one in October and one in November, because the project's over 500,000 for final approval for phase 1. Then December 15th, we go to the state for the match. Remember, anything we ask for the county, it's 50% state and 50% county. So the project's on track. We're looking forward to starting construction in 2027. Is there any questions on the campus transformation plan? Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jason Bryan. I am the college's Associate Vice President for Information Technology and Chief Information Officer. I wanted to have a little bit of a brief opportunity to be able to go over some of the projects that we've been working here on campus with the strategic investment funds that we have, to give you guys an update of where we are with things. We've got a lot accomplished. We have some things that we're looking to do going forward, and some projects that are about to start as well. Plus, on top of that, we're also working on some projects at Fishkill. So, in this brief time here, I just wanted to let you know where we are with certain things. Next slide. So, last year we started a laptop rollout to bring new technology in for all of our full-time employees, faculty, staff, and we basically now, if virtually completed the project. We have just 40 laptops left to deploy to employees. All of those employees have been contacted. Some of them are away on summer vacation, When they come back, they'll be able to hit their laptops, but we were able to go building to building and the massive deployment, which included massive imaging. You have newer technology for security purposes and also for speed and performance as well. So that's all. Telephone update. So we did about 789 new phones. Some of this stuff was provided by SUNY, so it was not part of our strategic investments. The only thing that we are doing and adding as well is Fishkill, we're adding 50 new phones over there. But we're also adding newer technology phones that have panic buttons because the panic button systems that we have today are not working very well at all. And this will be able to actually give us some reliable panic buttons that we need. We roughly have about 50 employees that have panic buttons in the areas. And so these new phones will be able to provide us with that. In addition to that, the other project that we have that we're using some funds for as well is we have a locally hosted telephone answering system here today. It was compatible with the old system that we had, the old Cisco system, but it's not compatible with the new one we have today. So as a result, we have basically a reliability rate of about 60%, which is unacceptable. So by having it cloud hosted, this will allow us to be able to have a more reliable setup for our answering system. Next slide. Technology in the classrooms. So we are doing two major things right now in the classrooms. One is with the board's approval tonight, we will be adding about 103 new desktop computers in the classrooms. Classroom workstations have not been updated in probably 10 years. And so we're bringing in updated equipment that will finally make things work much more seamless for faculty in those rooms. In addition to that, we have a controller similar to, I don't know if we have one in here, but it's called a Crestron. That controller has been very inconsistent in various rooms. And so the results that you see are very on and off depending on where you go. So we have a very experienced vendor that's coming in and working on all of these Crestrons to get them up to date. We've actually tested out a few of them. We did a pilot program in a couple of classrooms, and we've had very good success with those. So our goal is at least to roll out for additional 8 classrooms. And next year, we will look at, during the next fiscal year, we'll look to roll it out to the rest of the campus based off of the worst rooms first. Next slide. Data center. So we also had on our strategic plan to do our UPSs, and basically those are uninterruptible power sources that improves the reliability from our various buildings. We actually relied upon them heavily when we had that major outage a couple of weeks back, and it came out to be very successful to have that. Our goal is to actually update a couple of other buildings we need to do that we did not touch in this first round. Plus our major data center will also need an update. I think that's it for the main one. So next on this one more slide. Yes. So the other major thing, and this is also going to be pending tonight's board of approval, is our network infrastructure. So we have a data center, and we also need something that actually provides internet services. So our existing infrastructure that we have today is going to be replaced. We have Cisco switches that are in place today, and they will be replaced with Juniper network, which will be a lot less expensive to maintain. So the initial investment on that will be about 1.8 million, but the overall annual maintenance for that will cut our Cisco expense, which is approaching $800,000 a year. That'll be knocked out to a much lower rate for our annual. So it'll help to reduce our overall expenses. In addition to that, we'll have updated Wi-Fi so that our students will be able to have much faster internet and things of that matter. So the 1.8 will cover the equipment piece of it. What's not in this one, which we'll be proposing in the next meeting, will be the services, which will be the interconnection and the training and the setup for all of that. So basically what's left is from a standpoint is just actually completing that piece in the classroom are the two major projects that we have left as far as expenditures is concerned. Other than that, we've been able to complete everything else. Thank you. Any questions?
Congratulations.
Yeah, you got a lot going on.
That's a lot.
For someone who hasn't been here that long,
Yeah.
I've really done so much work. in a
I'm very
short
proud
period
of the team.
time.
They've done a great job.
That's exciting to see.
It is,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, you had a lot of work to do when you came in, and I remember your first meeting here, we were like, okay. it's a little scary.
Okay.
But, no, you and your team have done a great job, and we look forward to you really advancing the college into the modern era.
I think classroom upgrades are so important.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, it
the
is.
digital campus has everything new, modern, and shiny, and you come back here and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is our main campus, so that's why I'm really excited. I'll let you know.
It's a lot of work doing the same thing, so. Kudos to you and,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you so much. Our whole hope is that basically we can keep our new technology in here and then maybe in the future have sort of a rotational thing so that we don't let our equipment age as long as it did. And I think that'll really help us. It'll help to keep the overall expenses down and at the same time, be able to have the operations running a lot slower.
Have you seen, and you're putting laptops in the classrooms, but also giving employees some, may not bring their own laptops.
So-
Anticipation of.
Oh, yeah, so the laptops are for the employees, for faculty and also for staff, right, for full-time and part-time. However, in the classrooms, they're getting desktops. The desktops are going to provide better connectivity and reliability for what they need to do. The laptops is mobile. They'll have the option if they want to bring it and plug in. But in many cases, we also have many part-time employees that may not, but and adjunct professors that will not have a laptop, and they will need the desktops. And then also in some of our labs as well, we'll have some desktops in there for students. Great. All right, thank you.
Josh,
Sure. That's an overview. For
a long number of it.
for a short period of time.
Right.
Sure, like, maybe a very short period. So, I think we're asleep as well, and, mine is good. So, we've been on the 11th, via Zoom, and now we've been on the, phone call. I think I heard most of it, so that was pretty good. It really is Dennis show, and Dennis, thank you very much for doing this. There's several resolutions we'll be going over this evening, the five-year capital plan, the family services lease, an electronics bid resolution, the president's house patio bid, timekeeping, system bid, strategic use of, the fund balance, and the technical resolution, and the strategic use of the fund balance for the network, refresh resolution that we just heard about. Thank you. Dennis provided the committee with an update regarding the 26-27 operating budget. And the budget has goes to the PC legislature and had gone to the PC legislature, so they had. And I know Dr. made the presentation, right, Dr. Dennis? Yes, Dennis did it. Thank you, Dennis. It was really your show.
There was.
Dennis also provides the committee with an update to the phase one of the build out. The HVAC lab will not be ready for time for the first day of classes, but will be ready by the end of September. And that's acceptable. That's certainly within realm. That's also provided us our committee with an update to the campus transformation project. Legislature approved the hiring of a project manager. We have received the signed contract, I believe, correct?
Yes.
Right? And then, again, Alan. Dave, you're gonna be the student rep on this steering group. Thank you for stepping in. Great. And then we received an update on the DCC fiscal health and sustainability plan. The next step. So, the college has engaged Terry Boucher, and she will be coming in and helping us with the future plan as she did before, which she did really great job. That's amazing. She did. So that's our report. And hopefully with some debates and things that nature, and we'll have another follow-up after. And then we'll go over the resolution at the right.
Anything else for our workshop? All right, if no one objects, I will go right into our board meeting. When you are ready, I'm going to call our July 28th meeting to order. You can please call the roll.
Mr. Fagan out. Ms. Sarah Cloud,
Here.
Mr. Michael Dupree,
Here.
Dr. Angela Flesland,
Present.
Ms. Lisa Gardy,
Present.
Mr. Avis Guzman,
Present.
Mr. Michael McCormick,
Here.
Ms. Safna Modigil Shaw,
Here.
Ms. Linda Pratt.
All right, Ron Present.
Here's that.
Very good, sir.
The United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And a motion to approve the agenda. All those in favor? The opposed and abstained. No one signed up for public comment, so we will be going to the sixth item, which is consideration and approval of the May 19th minutes. Has everyone had an opportunity to review?
Yes, the report is presented.
You,
Okay.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, right, carries. Committee report, academic and student affairs, I know that you don't have any agenda items this evening, from the.
You want me to read just what we did? Okay,
Yes.
so. Yeah, it was very informational. Brooke Ellsworth presented the branch campus master plan amendment proposal. Which involved 3 programs: business administration, AAS, ELT, AAS, air conditioning and refrigeration certificate. And we gave kudos to all of the people working on these programs. Dr. Jordan provided us with updates on enrollment, student housing and daycare expansion, as well as the closing of the bond for the residence hall. He shared the DCCA A&R Residence Hall Operating Agreement and the First Amendment. There were no questions. We're moving forward. Gave an update on partnerships with T. Weber, OCFS, Ray, and Joy Freda, and the Romeo Audit Group. Dr. Houston shared updates regarding the Center of Excellence for Arts and Performing Excellence. HAPE, the Center of Excellence for Biological Sciences, Nursing and Allied Health, and the Center of Excellence for Business, Industry, and Innovation. OBIT. Dr. Jordan provided an update of the campus transformation project and an update on Raheem So and all the great stuff that he's doing. Dr. Houston provided an update on the discontinuation of the ASPS JRTEF programs with SUNY New Paltz. They never had any enrollment, and this completes the first step of the decoupling of the education program. And the committee was reminded of upcoming events and dates.
And your summary explains why, when we meet with our new trustees, we give them a list of acronyms.
My favorite is code.
Board policy.
Board policy, we met via Zoom as well on July 8th. Dr. Gordon will send out the current status of BCC following the July 4th the weather event weekend. We survived, yes. Board policy committees discussed 4 policies that are being moved, and I will provide resolutions later. In my review, we went over artificial intelligence, and there was a lot of conversation back and forth, a lot of language, and also one of the things that really stood out for me is that we probably should look at this policy a bit more frequent rather than the every 5 years as an extended other policies. Moving forward, this afternoon, also we went over the travel policy. reimbursement policy and promotion and tenure policy. On that one, it's just about language used in promotion and policies. Which was, I think, recent. And we concluded with going over some dates and reminders. So I will move forward to my resolutions. And four. First,
Whereas mayor is all.
yeah, resolution 2026-54 and whereas artificial intelligence AI systems are increasingly integrated into tools and services used across DCC's academic and administrative functions, presenting significant opportunities for innovation and efficiency as well as new and evolving institutional risk, and going to be it further resolved that the Board of Trustees of Dutchess Community College hereby adopt the proposed BCC artificial intelligence policy, and be it further resolved that the president and his or her designee can from time to time recommend to the board insignificant amendments as necessary to address operational needs, involving legal and compliance consideration and emerging best practices, and be it further resolved that the president of the college or his or her designee is hereby authorized to implement this authorization and execute any documents or take any actions necessary to effectuate this resolution.
First,
Second.
any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions?
I think that it's proves his word there of the trustees, and I was saying we should look at that policy.
If you find Jason's face, but yeah, you absolutely.
You were
should.
exactly right, we should look at it.
It evolves,
I mean, the problem is, you could look at this every, gosh, there's one.
honestly.
And I know what a duty it is to chair that group. You're gonna put something more on. Add to the burdens. Thank you.
You're a good man.
Up next, I offer resolution 2026-55. Whereas in keeping with good governance practices, the Board of Trustee Policy Committee reviews the college's policy on a regular basis to comply with regulations. A travel policy has been written, and be it resolved that based upon the recommendations of the policy committee and reviewed by the Board of Trustees, the attached travel policy, which shall be made part of the official minutes of the meeting, is hereby approved. And be it further resolved that this policy shall be effective immediately, and be it further resolved that the board reconsider this policy again within 5 years or earlier, should it be deemed provisions are needed prior to the scheduled review date.
That's.
Second.
Thank
You please have.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you, resolution carries. Next resolution.
Offer resolution 2026-56. Whereas in keeping with good governance practices, the Board of Trustees Policy Committee reviewed the college's policy on to comply with regulations on policy on reimbursements for job applicants. And therefore be it resolved that based upon the recommendations of the policy committee and reviewed by the Board of Trustees, the attached policy on reimbursements for job applicants, which shall be made part of the official minutes of the meeting, is hereby approved, and be it further resolved that this policy shall be effective immediately. And be it further resolved that the board reconsider this policy again within 5 years or earlier, should it be deemed provisions are needed prior to the scheduled review date.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Resolution carries. It's your final resolution.
For 2026-57. Whereas the current promotion and tenure policy should be revised to align with those established procedures and ensure consistency between board policy and institutional practice. Now, it further resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the revision to the promotion and tenure policy to align the policy with the college's current promotion and tenure procedures effective immediately, and be it further resolved that president or the president's designee is authorized to implement and administer the revised policy.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed, any abstentions, resolution carries. Mike, do you want me to read your finance and facilities? You have a lot of them.
I have a thought. You want to take that?
You want me to-
I'll take that?
I can start reading, I don't mind.
Okay.
Alright. Resolution 58. I offer the following, whereas the county of Dutchess in the state of New York requires submission of a capital project plan with estimated cost of construction and improvement projects for a 5-year period. Therefore, be it resolved that the campus facilities projects listed on the attached document, which is to be made part of the minutes of this meeting, are hereby approved as Dutchess Community College's 5-year capital projects plan for the period 2027 to 2031. Thank you. Any discussion on this? I seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed, any abstentions, resolution carries. Resolution 59. I offer the following, whereas Dutchess Community College currently leases the space in the city of Poughkeepsie for off-campus instructional space at the Family Partnership Center located at 29 North Hamilton Street, Poughkeepsie, New York. Therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes the president of the college to enter into a lease agreement with Family Services for 7,742 square feet of space for off-campus instruction at the negotiated rate described above. Is there a second? Second. Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed, any abstention? Resolution 60. After the following, move its adoption. Whereas New York General Municipal Law 103 authorizes governing boards by resolution to permit the receipt of sealed bids and offer in an electronic format. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of Dutchess Community College hereby authorizes the receipt of bids and offers in an electronic format in accordance with the provisions of New York General Municipal Law 103 and all other applicable laws and regulations, and be it further resolved that the college may determine on a solicitation by solicitation basis whether bids and offers will be accepted in electronic format, paper format, or both, as determined to be in the best interest of the college and in compliance with the whole law. Be it further resolved that the president of the college or his or her designee is hereby authorized to implement this authorization and execute any documents or take any actions necessary to effectuate this resolution. Thank you. Any discussion?
This is beyond the standard email PDF. Request them. And so. In electronic format.
I know.
Yeah. Well, it was a different type of system, maybe.
No.
Okay.
I was actually surprised that this didn't exist already. When I read this, I was
We
like,
all were.
Really?
Usually things have to come in paper, type it, you know.
yeah,
They just remember you unsealed the bid.
yeah, exactly.
All at one time, I've been there watching it.
Oh, yeah.
I had to get it on paper. See, this was.
That is fascinating that we're just talking about this now.
Welcome.
Any further discussion on this? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions, resolution carries. All right, resolution 61, I offer the following and move its adoption. Whereas the campus site repairs and upgrades phase 3 capital project was approved as capital project by the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York, Board of Trustees of Dutchess Community College, and the Dutchess County Legislature. Now therefore be it resolved that the bid received for the President's House patio component of the campus site repairs and upgrades capital project phase 3 in accordance with the specifications be awarded to Scape Tech Landscape Technology Incorporated, Petroleum, New York, in the amount of $182,000. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Resolution carries. It's in a different format. I thought it was the Mike, you wanna read my period?
You're doing really good.
Resolution 62, I have the following move its adoption, whereas the college's existing type-keeping system is approaching the end of its supported life cycle, making replacement necessary to ensure continued reliability of payroll and workforce management operations. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of Dutchess Community College hereby award a contract to Time Clock Plus LLC for the replacement of the college's timekeeping system for an initial term of 3 years for an approximate contract value of $138,000, subject to final contract negotiations, and be it further resolved that the president or his designee is authorized to execute all agreements and other documents necessary to effectuate this award, subject to the availability of appropriated funds.
Second.
For a second, thank you. Any discussion?
This was fun, this one. I like it.
But this was another, I mean, I remember when I started on this board, I was like, I'm sorry, we don't have time.
Yes.
How is it possible?
She was like, the hospital does this, we do this, we do this, we do this.
Yeah, I mean,
So we're
like,
finally here.
wow. All right, any discussion on this? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions, or resolution? 60. The following and move its adoption, whereas quotes were received from corporate computing solutions for new computers for instructor stations, classrooms, and testing center facilities, including expansion of the official testing center. Therefore, be it resolved that a purchase order be issued to corporate computing solutions for computer equipment in the amount of $174,069.12.
Second.
Thank you very much. Any discussion? I know everyone heard why we need this, so. On that, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions, resolution carries. 64. The following and move its adoption, whereas a quote was received from CDWG for the procurement and implementation of upgraded network infrastructure, including replacement of layer 3 routers, layer 2 switches, and legacy Wi-Fi access points with modern Juniper Mist solutions. Therefore, be it resolved that a purchase order be issued to CDWG for the comprehensive network infrastructure upgrade, including hardware, cabling, professional configuration services, and training in the amount of $1,858,158.16. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Resolution carried. Mr. Dupree, I know that you've already given your update, so come on, give your
Resolution.
resolution.
Great, I'm not sure I can make it quite as quickly as you know. I have the resolution 2026-65, where the Board of Trustees recognizes the importance of maintaining effective, responsive human resources department to support the college's employees and operations. Now therefore be it resolved, the Board of Trustees of Dutchess Community College hereby approves the establishment of the following management confidential findings, effective immediately and performance otherwise determined by the president. 1 senior personnel specialist, HRIS and Miller. 2 senior personnel specialists for recruitment and operation. Be it further resolved, the president of the President said he is authorized to take all actions necessary to implement this resolution. There a second. Right. Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstaining? Motion carried. Resolution 2026-66. Whereas the Board of Trustees of Dutchess Community College wishes to formally recognize the community exemplary service of trustee Frank Costello Jr. for his term on the board commenced on September 16, 2022, and concluded on July 13, 2026. Whereas trustee Costello, an esteemed alumnus of Dutchess Community College, class of 1999, has made significant contributions to the institution, earning a well-deserved place in the college's Alumni Hall of Fame. And whereas during his 4 years of dedicated service to the member of the board, trustee Costello actively engaged in 2 essential board roles: as member of the Personnel Community Relations Committee and serving as a vital liaison to the Dutchess Community College Foundation. And whereas trustee Costello has exemplified what it means to be a true partner advocate of Dutchess Community College, creating strong connections with the business community towards working with the Dutchess County Regional Chamber of Commerce and its foundation. And whereas his unwavering commitment to the community college mission propelled the establishment of several initiatives and partnerships to the college and its foundation, thereby enhancing the educational experience and opportunities for countless students. And whereas trustee Casella has served the board with honor and distinction, demonstrating integrity, leadership, and profound dedication to the community college mission. Now therefore be it resolved, the Board of Trustees of Dutchess Community College formally honors trustee Frank Casella Jr. for his remarkable contributions and unwavering dedication to our institution and its future. And be it further resolved, the Board of Trustees bestows upon trustee Casella the prestigious title of trustee emeritus in recognition of his outstanding service and to honor his legacy of commitment to education, philanthropy, and community engagement.
Second.
Running now. Miss them.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
I offer a similar resolution 2026-67 and urge its adoption. Whereas Stephen M. Caswell was appointed Board of Trustees of Dutchess Community College on January 13th, 2022, and officially served until July 13th, 2026, ensuring 4.5 years of dedicated service to our college community. And whereas during his tenure, trustee Caswell served as a vital member of two key board committees, the Personnel and Community Relations Committee and the Finance and Facilities Committee, demonstrating a multifaceted dedication to the strategic and operational aspects of our institution. And whereas Chair of the Finance and Facilities Committee of 2023 to 2026, trustee Caswell provided exemplary leadership and direction, ensuring responsible stewardship of the college's resources, facilitating important discussions on fiscal management, facility improvements, and whereas to chart a sustainable future to the college. For the college, trustee Caswell appointed the 2026 board retreat on fiscal responsibility, resulting in the development of a comprehensive fiscal sustainability strategy and plan that will undoubtedly benefit Dutchess Community College for years to come. And whereas trustee Caswell was a steadfast partner at the DCC, working diligently with fellow county legislators to promote and support initiatives that enrich our educational programs, enhance opportunities for our students, and whereas trustee Caswell consistently demonstrated a deep commitment to our students, which culminated the establishment of the Memorial Scholarship in his son's name, thereby fostering a culture of excellence and inspiring future generations. And whereas throughout his time on the board, trustee Caswell was an ardent supporter of college events and activities, embodying the spirit of community engagement and leadership is essential to our mission, serving as a role model for staff, students, and fellow trustees alike. And whereas trustee Caswell has served with honor and distinction to applying the highest ideals of public service and dedication to higher education, now therefore be resolved, the Board of Trustees of Dutchess Community College formally commits trustee Stephen M. Caswell for outstanding service, visionary leadership, and unwavering dedication to our institution, and be it further resolved in recognition of trustee Caswell's invaluable contributions and enduring impact on our college community. Board grants the title, grants the honor of trustee emeritus status, celebrating his legacy as distinguished leader and champion of Dutchess Community College. Second. Unanimous second. Okay. Thank you all. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations to both. They both deserve their honors. I can't remember Stephen or Frank missing the meeting because
No, and Steve was at so much on campus all the time.
sharing finance is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
If not, then.
Wow.
I offer resolution 2026-68 and move its adoption. Whereas the Dutchess Community College Association was incorporated on February 6, 1958 with the publicity of Dutchess Community College. Now therefore be resolved that on behalf of the college, the Board of Trustees hereby authorizes and approves the attached contract between the DCC Association and Dutchess Community College, which will be made part of the official minutes of this meeting for a 5-year period beginning July 1st, 2026 and terminating on June 30th, 2021.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? This is, we need to have this part of our meeting. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any nays or abstentions? Motion carries. Resolution 2026-69 move adoption, whereas Dutchess Community College Association oversees the operation and management of the college's residence halls for the college's mission, student success. Whereas the college and DCCA have determined that it is necessary and appropriate to the First Amendment to the residence hall operating agreement in connection with the issuance of the law to refinance existing residence hall debt. Now therefore be it resolved, the Board of Trustees hereby approves and adopts the updated DCC A&R residence hall operating agreement, including the extension of its term through September 1, 2046, and authorizes the president of the president's designee to execute the agreement and any related documents necessary to implement its provisions. Be it further resolved, the president is authorized to make such non-substantive administrative, technical, or formatting revisions as may be necessary to effectuate the intent of this resolution, providing such provisions do not materially alter the terms approved by the board. Is there a second? Thank you, Lisa. Any discussion or questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
For resolution 2026-70, with its adoption, whereas the Board of Trustees recognizes the vital contributions of the college's national competence on employees and their essential role in supporting mission operations and strategic goals as a community college. Now therefore be resolved, the Board of Trustees of Dutchess Community College hereby approves a 3% salary increase for eligible management and confidential employees that were hired in their current roles prior to April 1st, 2026, effective September 1st, 2026. And be it further resolved, the President is authorized to make such non-substantive administrative, technical, or formatting revisions that may be necessary to effectuate the intent of this resolution, provided such revisions do not materially alter the terms approved by the board. Is there a second?
Thanks.
Thank you, Devin. Any discussion or questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any nays or abstentions? Now for resolution 2026-71, move with adoption. Be it resolved, Board of Trustees authorizing the Associate Vice President of Human Resources Management for civil service law, section 75, disciplinary actions against employee A 001784664. She determines such charges to be warranted, and be it further resolved by the board that effective upon the filing of any disciplinary charges, employee A 0017846 will be suspended without pay for a period of up to 30 calendar days, as determined by the Associate Vice President of Human Resources Management. And be it further resolved, the Board of Trustees does hereby appoint William A. Frank Esquire as hearing officer to provide a section 78 hearing and to issue findings and recommendations. There's a second.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion or questions? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any motion, any nays or abstentions? Motion carries. Back to you, Chair Flood.
Okay, moving on to our next agenda item, is there a fourth of the student trustee?
Sorry, it's a little bit long, been a long time. As they came just to give the buzz of anticipation of things come this fall, I wanted to take a moment to inform the board and many things that our school programs have been up to over the summer. Last week, Colgate Science Technology Entry Program wrapped up week 4 of a 6-week summer program with 9 active students participating. Students are learning more about the DCC and its available resources, building their STEM skills through math, biology, instruction, and completing individual research projects. Communication has also shared that the program will be featured in the upcoming edition of DCC. Our cross-trained project advanced coaches have been hard at work with 7 completed intensive adult learner sessions through July 22nd. Over 250 adults have booked a coaching appointment, and just over 100 adults have attended the session. Brian Sunday told me that this is our major adult learner enrollment for the summer. The CAA has acquired 2 ScanMaker translator and reader pens to assist GCC students with additional reading, literacy, and ESL support. College students are expected to read large amounts of complex academic texts across multiple disciplines. For students who experience reading literacy challenges, those that are learning English as an additional language, this exception can create large barriers to academic success in post-secondary world. ScanMaker translator and the reading pen is an assistive technology tool that can help remove these barriers by providing immediate reading, translation, and vocabulary support. Today, EOP welcomes student staff as they prepare for summer enrichment program designed to help students successfully transition from high school to college. The program emphasizes community building and academic readiness for fundamental knowledge and effective research. Dr. Dave Brown told me that we are excited to begin another summer of supporting our newest EOP students as they prepare for success. ASAP is in the process of recruiting students to fulfill our 150 student cohort, and we'll be hosting an ASAP orientation to assist our students in adjusting to campus life. Diana Rivera told me we are excited for what is to come now that ASAP can set up its foundation. Today was our first student orientation, and we had 116 students, 81 parents, and 8 volunteers participating in the event. Looking forward, there are many exciting things that are happening in the coming days, as well as the upcoming fall semester here at DCC. Welcome events for Conklin Hall students will include on August 26th, a Decorate Your Space event with East Coast Party Pros. August 27th, a Bound from the Conklin event with inflatables, as food on the Conklin wall and tie-dye event running simultaneously. Welcome Fest will be held on Wednesday, September 2nd, and Thursday, September 3rd on campus walkway. Invitations to outside tabling organizations, clubs, and campus office are going out this week. These dates got jumbled, so bear with me. The fall semester trips have been scheduled to include the popular traditional, all right, so September 10th, Keith Mars will be returning with his band to the Jazz Coffee House event. September 20th, Apple picking at Boys Farms. September 27th, Chimney Peak Mountain House Venture Park returning due to the success of last year's trip. October 3rd, New York City bus trip. October 18th, Headless Horseman Haunted Day Rides. November 1st, the Jets and the Las Vegas Raiders at Meadowland. On November 11th, Artist Paul Bubba returns to Drummond and Tom to offer custom-made greeting cards. Go will likely be returning and finding requests by the SGA at the first meeting. That's what I would say.
We love Tokyo, it's featured all over our website.
DCC Fishco has 2 events scheduled with a 3rd giveaway event in the works. On September 16th, cartoonist, Christina Ben, I didn't say that right. November 4th, spin art cookies from East Coast Party Pros. Dutchess 101 has been reserved for the first Thursday for each month of the collaborative campus activity board and club events such as bingo, karaoke games, and other 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The dates for the fall semester are October 1st, which has already been reserved by the adult learners community, November 5th, and December 3rd. SGA clubs will be able to request one of the dates for the event to co-plan student activities. And the student activities office told me that the hope is that the clubs will find it easier planning events if they have the space already reserved, and the students will be inclined to attend smaller social events where they can connect more. Trends that the trends that the student body has noticed that vendors and bus companies has raised prices due to increased fuel costs. The Chartwell has continues to raise their prices. And finally, as a communication across the campus is one of my major platforms. I worked with IT over the summer to get direct club emails. For example, there's now a PTK at SUNY-Dutchess.edu email for students interested in joining can email the club directly and be answered by the advisory and or executive board members as they would say in English department head. I plan to announce this initiative to all clubs officially on August 25th, 2026, which will be the first SGA meeting. All.
Don't keep it.
Awesome, yeah.
I've applied for a plug for coffee funds. One of those days that for trustees, if you've never been, it's a fun day and the students really love it. Students in the clubs really like seeing us there. So I would enjoy it myself. By the way, they have contests and I've flunked them. Good, I did my all students over here. I made about 10, there were 40 more.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna give you a minute to take a sip of water and I want to kind of spend my time this evening. We have 2 new trustees here this evening. We will have another trustee, hopefully will be able to join us at our August meeting. So if you just want to introduce yourself, Fatma, just kind of give everybody a little intro.
Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to be here. I come to Dutchess Community College with over 25 years of experience doing education technology or education management service. I'm also the daughter of immigrants, both higher education educators. My mother actually taught at our local community college, with a very large extended family, aunts, uncles, spouses of aunts and uncles that are in higher education or working on campuses. And so it's always been about family value for us. And it's really meaningful for me to be here and help Dutchess Community College years ahead. So thank you very much.
And then, Kagan, I know that you've given your program, but I just want the board and everyone, with us, both in person and virtually, just to get to know you a little bit better.
Good morning, or good evening. My name is Kagan. I'm a Reconnect student studying construction technology management. Student trustee and the president of UK, and I'm starting an all new adult learners club community. So that's, I have 25 years in construction, so I've been on big projects, so it's not quite like this, but.
You're an electrician,
Electrician.
as well, so,
And I-
and a freedom head marker.
Yeah, my dad's actually known Michael for a long time.
Yeah, so I think that, as we look at our campus and we see where our student population is growing, so much of it are adult learners. So I think having the perspective, obviously our first Reconnect student, who is a trustee. But I think that's really important because, this is such an important, initiative from the state and something that I think we really embraced on campus, and to see you step up to this role, I think it's gonna bring a really important perspective. And we look forward to the voice that you bring. One thing that I love about this board is that the student trustee has this taking vote than any of us. So based on your report, I have no doubt that you are going to be very involved on campus. And that's exactly what we want. So Ryan was a great trustee. You have big shoes to fill, but it seems like you are jumping in and will be doing great. One other note for the I want to thank Maureen, who has been doing double duty this summer, filling in for Joya. Joya had her transplant and is doing very well with it. She's been back on campus. She was on campus recently. And I get like random texts from her, like she's still watching what we're doing. Still very much following things on campus. When an email came out on something, she was like so quick to send a text. But it's really great to see her doing so well, and the college campus, I think, really embraced her transplant journey. And I think it brought a lot of awareness and education to living donor transplants. And ultimately, the only way that works is if somebody makes the decision to step up and say, yes, you can have my kidney. Because the truth is, perfectly healthy people are fine with one kidney. So yes, it sounds scary to get a kidney, but the truth is you don't really need it. And
I'm looking for that.
Kagan is living proof of this because Kagan is also a living donor himself. He gave a kidney. No, Brian gave us marrow. Yeah, but you donated how long ago?
March 2025.
Oh, so recent.
It is a voucher program. I'm on negative, so I donated to somebody out in Seattle and got a voucher for the first time, which is for.
And that's something, like, again, and we've talked about this briefly, how we can, like, work to continue to bring awareness to this. Because as Kagan is living proof of, you don't need to be a match for someone in order for them to get the organ that they need. So he donated to someone who was a complete stranger. The organ went to that person, and in turn, his friend, who he was the voucher person for, was able to then get the organ that they needed. So it's a complicated system throughout the most. But I think that the work that you enjoy do on campus will only bring good things. And I think it really brought a sense of community on this campus as well. So I think that was a good positive first step, and more to come. Dr. Jordan, all you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Three things to talk about. I'll talk about two, and I'll ask Sam to talk about one of them. First, July 16th, we had in this very room, a very different setup where we hosted, the president and members of, the SUNY purchase, who thanks to, Dr. Houston and folks in INL, arranged for, a guaranteed, transfer agreement signing ceremony here. That was, really then, used to get us quite a bit of, traffic and publicity, on social media and elsewhere by our folks. So, thanks to the home team for making that, a really important celebration. It was also an opportunity for us to announce the launch of CAPE, or Center for the Arts and Performance Excellence, where Tom did a fabulous job, Tom Kinsella, on speaking to what that center means for the ongoing work of the college in the arts space. The second thing I want to talk about is that tomorrow, again, thanks to INL, Instruction and Learning, that is, we will host in this room, how many people?
We're at 20 to 25 is what we're.
25 people, okay. Which will be the launch of our advisory committee, working on, standing up the Center of Excellence for Biological Sciences, Nursing, and Allied Health Professions. So we have, stakeholders and, members of, school districts and hospitals and, different associations. 1199 is sort of represented here. And we will bring in folks from, ELR, who is sort of designer on the campus transformation project, and they'll use part of that, exercise, the 2-hour exercise, as a focus group, as well to hear what members of the larger community, thinks about this effort. But we will be talking a lot about, the areas of need within our region in terms of, workforce needs and so forth. So, thanks to, the home team led by Instruction and Learning, for, those two events. And now I'm going to ask, Scott if he would give the board and community an update on enrollment for, the closing up to this fiscal year and, the coming fall.
Absolutely. So this summer was finishing up this fiscal year. We had 1,668 students enrolled for summer for 9,577 credits. That's 35 more students and 244 more credits than last year. For the entire year, we were right around the budget goal every one of the semesters. It's been a year where we've been right on target. That's not going to happen every year, but that's what happened this year. Looking forward to next fall, we had, as of this morning, a little over 3,500 students enrolled for nearly 39,000 credits. After adjusting for some differences between the year, for example, last year, the aviation maintenance cohorts were in or partially in. This year, they're not in at all yet. We're up about 210 students and 850 credits compared to last year. Now, in students, that's a 6% increase. In credits, it's about only a 2% increase. We were expecting a shift part-time more this year. We saw it this spring in particular, but this is going a bit beyond what we were expecting. So our budget projections at about 4%. So the even between 6 and 2 is about 4. So we're roughly about on target, but a lot's going to the next 3 weeks after this week. It's all first come, first serve for enrollment. So what happens in these next 3 weeks, which are always the busiest weeks of enrollment for the year, is what's going to have an impact on where we finish in the fall. So the shift to part-time has some interesting consequences. For each student that comes in, we're receiving less tuition revenue. But for each credit we teach, we're earning more tuition revenue. That's because with the full-time students, the credits they take that are more than 12 in each semester don't cost them anything. So looking at where we were this morning, we have about 530 credits that were free last year that we don't have this year. So the tuition credits are earning us more this year than they did last year. If we look at new and returning, both are up about 6% compared to last year. For retention, that means that we are exactly where we would expect to be based on the numbers we had last year. And the same is really true for the new students. But while we're up 14% in applications, a large part of that increase is actually coming from the SUNY application, which at most a couple students come from. Those students are going to four-year schools. If we look just at our local application, we're up between 5 and 6%. And right now, our new student enrollment is up between 5 and 6%. So our yield is looking to be holding at what it was last year. Programs that are seeing growth, community mental health is up 40 students compared to where they were last year. It was only 19 last year at this time, now it's 59. Again, that's a reconnect program that's made a huge impact. HVAC and air conditioning are up 33. Human services up 27, electrical technology up 19, engineering up 16, and clinical lab tech up 15. Those are the programs that are driving an increase. We also have nearly 200 students enrolled in the new healthcare science degree. Many of those in the past would have been in our general studies or perhaps the liberal arts science program, but many of them are new students that are coming to us for this degree. So it's really having an impact. It's a big deal for a couple of reasons. The first is it's another reconnect program, and this is one where we expect we can accommodate a lot of students. So it's something we're going to be able to market and push. And the other reason it's important is it's going to give us avenues for agreements with four-year schools moving into fields in the health fields, perhaps even dual admission degrees. We're already having some people coming to us about that. So I think there's some real opportunity there. We are seeing some declines in programs. Some of them are because of the health science degree. For example, general studies is down nearly 90 students. Liberal arts science is down 20. The only other program area that's down with any significance is business, which is down about 35 right now. But everything else is roughly flat, except for the programs earlier that I mentioned that are increasing significantly. As for the residence hall, we have 270 students committed right now. Last year at this time, we had 250. So given that we actually have fewer full-time students right now than we did this time last year, that's a really good number. It means we're bringing in a really strong class. So we're only about the same number to return as there was the prior year. So those numbers are looking good. And that's a good thing. And it's not as stressful as it was, because on June 30th, we closed down the reissuance of the bond for the residence hall. So that was huge. Now we have 5 years where you're gonna have to think about it again rather than every year. There was cost involved every year. The fiscal health of the association is so much better than it was 2 or 3 years ago. And it's been the result of work from this board, the association board, and just staff of both the association and the college. It's come a long way, and it's made a big difference. The stability is there, and I think we're in a great spot to move forward. And that's all I've got. Any questions?
You're gonna knock on wood very soon, Lauren. That's always gives these disclosures with it. This good news. I can't promise that.
I want to thank Hagan for doing a lot of the enrollment student success updates tonight already. So I appreciate that too.
Great news.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott, and thanks to the entire team for the goes on the live. Madam Chair, that's nothing.
Further business can be boarded.
I have a tangible thing, probably business, but person who's been known as Matchy Michael for 64 to 69 years. Me, plus to give a shout out to somebody who's out and she matched me tonight. Her socks, shoes, and tight shirt. You're blushing.
Are any? Our next meeting is August 25th, I believe it has it's operating, I hope it has, and everyone gets home safely, is our motion to adjust?
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye, all right, see you in August.
So that we can.
Oh.
Really? I know.